キス？
This season of Overlord seemingly cannot do any wrong. Like, this episode felt like it was like an hour, and it ended off with the Empire's king basically praying to the gods that somehow his troll would pull out a W, would pull out a win. And he was like, "Come on, my troll." And I just absolutely love the peril and the angst that this king seemingly has against Ains. And I love how Ains is just absolutely pulling every single string that he has underneath like any plans that are even occurring right now. Like, you have to just like completely be enamored by it and just love it. So this episode, not only did we get the Empire's king stressing and pulling his hair out and losing his hair, but we also got to see all of his knights basically quit on him. They basically said, "F this, I'm out." On top of that, we also got to see a whole entire another part of the episode, which was like another part of the story. We got to see Albedo and all the things that occurred prior to her leaving for 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐷. So we got to see all of her communication and all of the talks that she had with Ains before she left. We got to see a little peck on the cheek. We got to see Ains hold her close. We got to see the different conversation that they had together. I really enjoyed seeing that part of Albedo, and especially because like we know all the work that Albedo is putting in and pulling in the 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐷's kingdom right now. All the different plans that she currently has kind of like unfolding right now with the Princess Rainer or whatever her name is in the 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐷's kingdom. I was hoping to see a little bit more of that this episode, but I definitely wasn't mad with the swap. One of the things I was thinking of talking about prior to coming onto the camera and hitting record and stuff was just how much I love that this season was starting off with Albedo and with all the different kind of like political things that are going on in the 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐷's kingdom with that Philip guy, as long, you know, with her being the representative of the Sorcerer Kingdom, with the views on her as a person having like, you know, one name as opposed to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 like the other people in power in the 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐷's kingdom and kind of like all over the world. I wanted to really hone in and talk about that, but this episode did like a 180 and did like a flip, and instead of focusing on what ended up happening last episode, we instead got a focus on something new, which is what was going on in the Bahamut Kingdom, which was going on with the Empire, which was going on with the strings that Ains was pulling. Definitely love being able to see kind of like all of that. And I love how Ains basically caught him up as he was trying to go and put a allyship or put a partnership in with the people that they showed us during the episode as well, which was like all the different ministers and priests or whatever they are, people of power in the kingdom, or in the land. I love how we were able to kind of see that kind of like unfold, and it showed us a whole other side of what's going on. And 𝐿𝐷 is shitting bricks right now. Like, he's completely has no idea what to do. He no longer has the ability to call on allyship of the lords that he was trying to, of the church or whatever they have together. He's no longer able to call on that allyship because Ains came in and screwed the pooch. And then now next episode, unless it switches back to Albedo again, now next episode we're going to see Ains take on the troll and really show and strut his stuff, which is really cool. And then what is 𝐿𝐷 going to do next, right? Is he still going to try and seek out the assistance of everybody who came in this episode? You know, what is he going to try and do exactly? I think that is what is going to be drastically interesting as we kind of continue forward in the anime. But this season so far, I definitely love the political intrigue. I love the different inner workings. You know, I love being able to see like a whole other subset of people. I love how they called on what did they call them? Like the god's kin or something like that. I like how they talked about that this episode. I like how they have like all these different potential plans. I like how they talked about the Black Scripture. I like how they talked about 𝐜𝐴𝐽𝐽𝐽, which is just I like how they kind of talked about all these different inhuman monsters. I like how they talked about everything that's kind of going on, and obviously they're trying to figure out a plan to take on the Sorcerer King himself. And I love how, like, the Empire's king keeps trying. He refuses to ally himself with Ains. He keeps trying to find ways out of it. But at the end of the day, there is no way out. Like, he's going to be completely manipulated and controlled. And I think that is just... it just makes for such pleasurable viewing overall. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. I love how it's split into parts. We got the Albedo part. We got the people kind of sitting around the round table talking and predicting and trying to come up with different plans. We got to learn more different characters that exist that we didn't know existed before, like these gods kin. The person who was kind of like giving information back to them. We got to learn more about that. And then we got the last part, which is focused on the Bahamut Empire. And we got to see the 𝐿𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥, and we got to see him. So we got to see like 3 different parts of this episode, which were really, really entertaining. So let me know what you think about this episode of Overlord down in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. I can't wait to see more. I want to know what avenue 𝐿𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥 is going to end up taking. And I want to see kind of the fight that's going to end up happening between... Ains and between the troll and the real fight, which is the political fight that's going to end up happening. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you guys being here for another week of Overlord. This episode was dope, and I can't wait to talk about more as we move into episode number 4. All right, my friends, peace out.